day by day. It come at you and you just are fighting it and fighting it. And it's a fight that can't nobody really fight for you. You got to fight it. Go ahead.
And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there within.
Brothers, be careful. Make sure there's men with you when you go deal with sisters, all right? Even me being a teacher, I got to go talk to a sister about something. I don't care how long I knew her. It's another brother coming with me. Or my wife if she free. Hey, come on, I got a nigga. Because it's just dangerous to put yourself in this position, especially when you know this person has been coming at you. So you might be a little less guarded if this sister then kept herself correct. And sisters, the same thing when it comes to dealing with brothers. Something like this happened, you don't put yourself in a position to be alone with this person. Go ahead.
And she caught him by his garment, saying, Lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out.
She was so full of wickedness that he probably came walking in the house and she done grabbed him against the wall. You gonna lay with me? And this man got out of the clothes, left the clothes in her hand and got out of Dodge. Brothers and sisters, it ain't no reason to fall in sin. Your wife ain't trying to hear the reason you gonna give her on why you slept with that girl. Your husband ain't trying to hear your excuse on why you slept with that man. Because I don't care if he ripped you naked, run out the building. I don't care if I might be mad why you ain't got your shirt on, man. This girl just tried to attack me, but she was trying to, I had to get up. I had to get up out of her face. Women to be suspicious because all men are dogs, right? Ain't that right? All men are dogs, right? But the truth of the matter is, this man ran from the wickedness. He resisted it day by day. She physically tried to attack this man and he ran. He did everything to avoid sin. He wound up in jail because she got so mad she told everybody he tried to rape me. Look, he left his coat. His master got so mad he could have thought to have him killed, but he threw him in prison. God was with him. Because even when the situation turned evil against him, he don't know what's going to happen next, but the Lord had it come out to where, okay, you still in a bad situation. You locked in the dungeon, but you ain't dead. So don't think because your situation bad is over. If it's bad, keep faith in our God. You ain't dead, right? Oh, then talk to him, ask him the plan how you gonna fight this.
Going through hell, keep going.
You going through hell, keep going. Don't stop in hell like I'm just in hell. Keep going to see if you can find a way out of that joint. Go to Luke 4.
They told me, I'm going through hell, keep going.
That's right, bruh. Go ahead. Luke 4, read verse 1 and 2. Luke chapter 4, verse 1 and 2. Now we're going to go to Jesus. Let's look at Jesus. Luke 4, verse 1 and 2.
And Jesus, being filled of the Holy Ghost, returned from Jordan, and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, being 40 days tempted of the devil. And in those days he did eat nothing. And when they were ended, he afterward hungered.
So he was tempted for 40 days by the devil. 40 days. And then we see 3 more temptations. People always act like these was the only 3 temptations. No. It said he was tempted for 40 days, wasn't he? All right then. Joseph was tempted for I don't know how long. And he kept, and he kept, and he kept. Read verse 13. Skip to verse 13 and read that.
Verse 13. And when the devil had ended all the temptation, he departed from him for a season.
And when the devil had ended all the temptation, he left for a little while. Stay the course, because the devil will eventually leave. It's a big world. No. He will eventually leave. You just keep running far enough. Once he won't look for somebody else to catch. You ever seen a lion hunt a pride? Don't the scripture say that Satan like a roaring lion going about seeking who he could kill easy? Lions always look for what? They look for the weak and the lame to kill. So run in the spirit, run in that joint, running it. He gonna leave off from chasing you and catch somebody who weaker than you. But as long as you part of the pack, he's still gonna come back chasing after the pack eventually. So don't think because you made it through something, your life is grand and you are right and now you headed for the kingdom. No, because next week could be something else worse, a worse temptation that you ain't even think about. So here we see the Messiah was tempted though, right? Joseph was tempted in all his greatness and glory, the Messiah was tempted likewise. Go to Hebrews 4. Hebrews chapter 4. Hebrews 4, starting at verse 14 when you get there. Hebrews 4, starting at verse 14.
Hebrews 4 and verse 14. Seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Jesus the Son of God, let us hold fast our profession. For we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin.
Joseph was tempted by a woman the same way that some men have been tempted in this world, in the exact same way. A woman just throwing herself at you. Or some of you women been tempted in that way. A man just throwing himself at you. Joseph, that ain't the only one that ever happened to. But Joseph went through it, right? But he did it without sin. See, we can't get on each other for being tempted. Because when we make it seem like it's evil to even be tempted, then we are questioning the work of God. The evil comes on how the person holds up. Wife, you hear your husband going through something, uplift him and pray with him. It ain't his fault he being tempted, unless he just going out there looking for craziness. Husbands to wives the same. Brothers and sisters and friends to each other the same. It's not evil to be tempted. Joseph wasn't somehow in the wrong because he was in the situation where the woman was lusting after him to that degree. She physically throwing herself at him. But yet he came out of it with what? Without sin, right? The Messiah was tempted. It says, even though he is in heaven, he is not some this spiritual being who don't know what it is to be like us and not to go through what we go through. You know how some people just say, man, you just don't know. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody going through what I'm going through. No, but it's in all points. He was tempted just like us, but without sin. We want the same thing, don't we? We want to make it through the adversity and come out on the back end of it without having done what was wrong in God's sight. Because Joseph said, I can't do this to my master and sin against God. Christ was not going to sin against God. Job in his affliction didn't sin against God. What we going to do? Are we going to be put in the furnace of adversity? And if we are and when we are, what is the end result? We gonna go through it. See, all of this is about us realizing the fact that we not better than anyone who lived. Anybody here better than Joseph? Better than Jesus? Oh, then you got yours coming. Like you still alive. It's coming. But what's the end result gonna be? Let us go now to let's go back to Genesis. Let's go back to Genesis. So Joseph was tempted and came out the situation without sin. The Messiah, tempted, came out the situation without sin. Now, let us go to Genesis chapter 42. This isn't real hard, but sometimes you need to go and you need to look at the Messiah and really see how righteous he was. He really is the embodiment of what's right. And let you in on a small secret. Even what Joseph did was not because of his own righteousness. But don't you understand that it was Christ in him, brothers and sisters? When you walk right, it is not of your own. Go ahead in Genesis 42, starting at verse 17.
Verse 17.
Yes.
And he put them all together into ward 3 days. Joseph said unto them the third day, This do and live, for I fear God.
Right.
If ye be true men, let one of your brethren be bound in the house of your prison. Go ye, carry corn for the famine of your houses. But bring your youngest brother unto me. So shall your word be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so.
Now, everything happens. You read the whole story of Joseph on your own, but now we're in a part of the story where Joseph, this man done